Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing our Bestop Sunrider on Phoebe, our Jeep JL. Stick around. So this is our Sunrider top. We've had it for, this will be its 4th season. It used to be for Natasha, but Aaron likes the open air a lot more than I do. So we went with the twill. It costs a little bit more, but it's held up absolutely fantastic. And it still, in my opinion, looks brand new and still functions brand new. Every couple months we use some of the Bestop cleaner conditioner that it recommends. Other than that, it's maintenance free. Let's go ahead and get this thing installed. So this is the hardware that the Bestop Sunrider comes with. You have a couple bolts and this plastic piece, and I'll show you what all of that does. I'm going to be using a 3/8 ratchet, a Torx 40 bit, and my ratcheting wrench. So the first thing you're going to want to do, you want to take off your freedom panels. If anybody needs me to make a video of that, I will, but I figure at this point most people know how to do it. But I'll absolutely make one if it's requested. Let me know in the comments. Ready?
Yeah.
Just make sure that clip
It goes out.
Should check those gaskets that it slid into the gasket. Alright, now that we have the top on, we're just going to go ahead and install our 4 side bolts and then the clamp with the 2 bolts that go in there. So the one with the big plastic washer on it, and this is all factory holes, is going to go in this factory hole. And you just want to finger tighten or start it with your fingers so you don't cross thread it. There's not really a need for power tools, I just have it out here just in case. So then you're going to have the other one with a thin washer, as you can see here, and it's gonna, you just clamp this down. Now you're not going to want to tighten these all the way just yet, and I'll show you why in a minute. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain to get everything to line up, but it's not hard. And for now, you're just gonna, you don't want it to be totally tight yet, because you still want to tighten this one down a little bit too. It's best to leave them all a little bit loose until you get it all lined up. All right, we'll go around the other side and do the same thing. All right, once you got all 4 of them at least thumb tight, you can go back. And again, you're not trying to do a bodybuilding contest here. You just want to do it like a sane, normal person would. Don't over tighten it. Okay. All right, so the next piece we're going to do is the clamp, and that holds down the top to the crossbar here. And it's just 2 small bolts. This clamp can be a little tricky. Sometimes you got to push it in and kind of just hold it there, because it kind of wants to pop back out sometimes. And then you just tighten them down like a sane person. Don't try to break it, because it's all just plastic. So you just want to snug them up. It's got a little bit of yellow thread locker on it, so don't try to torque this thing down, because there's no reason to, and you'll just break it. All right, now the Sunrider top is installed. Normally when I'm putting this on, I do it by myself, and it usually takes 10 minutes at the most. So it's, you know, the first time was a little more complicated because I was learning, but after that, it's pretty straightforward. So what is the benefit of a Sunrider? Let's say you're cruising around and it gets warm, or the sun's out and you just think it's nice, and you pull up to a stoplight and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and open up the roof. Now I say a stoplight because you do not want to do this while you're moving. So now Aaron's going to show us how fast and how easy this is to perform. Go ahead. That's all it takes. And now you have some fresh open air. And then how is it to put it down? Say it starts to rain and you come to a complete stop. What do you do? Now how easy is that?
So easy.
Okay. Well, that's the Sunrider from Bestop. All right, well, we got a new gimbal on the Zons. It's like 50 bucks on sale. This thing is really cool. We're gonna be playing with it a little bit today. I'm sorry, but that's just too cool. So this thing has face tracking on it. And it will follow. That is really cool. If anybody's interested in some really cheap and very reliable and very easy to build door hangers, I'll leave a link in the description below. I got this idea from a video that Way of Life did several years ago. But basically, you got 3 lag screws holding it into the wall. I probably overkilled it, but I put 2 lag screws top and bottom, and then you have some eye screws or eye bolts, however you want to call it, holding the doors on. Yes, this is just the tube doors because it's winter or just now spring, but I've had my regular doors on here for months at a time. These have been on here for 3 years now, and it hasn't budged at all. So it's a very solid solution as long as you attach them into a stud. If you don't, well, then you're gonna have problems. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below. These things are amazing and surprisingly very affordable. All right, so now we're getting ready for our off-road trip at Southington. So just started to get stuff loaded. Just starting, so I'll show you some stuff as I do it. Got the high lift in there all wrapped up to keep it quiet. Now I'm going to start loading the deck. So in this box I have a lot of my hand tools, just smaller stuff, not everything, but just in case. And in this one I have a lot of random things and trail fix-it type stuff. All right, so as you can see, this drawer is totally empty. They fit in there real nice. And then there you go. On this side, just that's mainly floored, or the jack, the tire repair kit, a shovel, the tool to lower my spare, tie downs, stuff in there, first aid kit, extra trash bags. And then in this ammo box I put some, I got hand cleaner, brake fluid, hydraulic fluid, some motor oil, some silicone spray, and some paper towels. All right, now it's time to fill up the goose gear. So I put my 1/2 inch impact, 1/2 inch impact drive sockets, 3/4 and 3/8 torque wrench, variety of wrenches, variety of bolts, 3/8 socket set, pry bar, raincoat, and a tarp. And the idea is, hopefully I never need this stuff for me. Hopefully I'm able to help somebody else out. That's always the hope. Oh, got everything to fit in both of them. Nice and tight in there to where it's not going to be rattling around. So that pretty much wraps up the back. We got our high lift jack strapped down, our recovery gear, and our 2 folding chairs all ready to go. Just got to throw our lunchbox in there tomorrow and we'll be set. One last thing I wanted to mention that I did before I loaded everything, I went through and I torqued down all of the lug nuts just to make sure they were good and did a visual inspection. Luckily, a lot of the parts that I've had done have those marks on them from the mechanic, so it's usually a pretty quick visible, but if anything looks questionable, I'll check it with, you know, proper torque. And last but certainly not least, we have our traction boards. Got to double tap, make sure they're nice and tight and secure in there. So all set. Stay tuned for our off-road video coming soon. Natasha's all ready to go. Gonna meet the fine people in Freedom Crawlers tomorrow on our trail ride, so that'll be fun. Stay tuned, we'll see you soon.